I feel like I should have prefaced this before we started, but I have no quirky, funky intro for us today.
I've gotten a lot of comments of people saying we should just do our introduction like right at the beginning and not have our little jingle play a few minutes in.
Interesting.
With that being said, welcome to Beanbag Banter. I'm Sally.
Oh my god. This isn't like, see, the funny thing
It's not even
about
funny. It's not
this
funny.
bit is it's not funny. It's not original. And Trisha literally stole it from me the one time I ever did it. But I'm Trisha.
I think that's the first time you've actually said you're Trisha, though.
No, because the first time we ever did this podcast, I said, "Welcome to Mag Banter. I'm Trisha," and then that's how this whole thing started.
Yeah, but since then you haven't said it.
Yeah, because I'm trying to get you to stop doing it. I don't want to encourage you.
There's always next week.
Sure.
How are we doing? How was your day today?
It was good. It was it went by really fast and I didn't do anything. So,
Oh,
how was your day?
it was pretty long. I didn't get much sleep last night, so waking up this morning was a little bit hard. And then after work, finally got my new frames. I've been talking about not enjoying my glasses too much for the past few weeks, actually. So finally went ahead and bought some new frames, which was cool. And then I went to one of my favorite bars.
I'm glad we're able to, wrap up that saga for you.
And no, Mebby, I did not go to Oscar Wilde. Happy birthday, Oscar Wilde.
Mebby would know that. Ooh, I have something. I know like the listeners won't be able to hear Mebby, but like Mebby will be able to hear me say this. I feel like you'd be so into this new hobby that I'm going to pick up. Well, not new to me at this stage of my life. But I ordered like a fun little like cross stitch bookmark kit. So it's like a pre printed pattern that you just like stitch and it tells you what to do. And I thought it'd be fun for bookmarks because I'm gonna start really reading my books more, physical books. So, yes, new Mebby
That
would
sounds
love
like
that.
such a fun craft.
Thanks. I've been crafty lately.
You have? I feel like you've been picking up a lot of new hobbies. That's so exciting.
I just tend to like things that like I can do while watching TV or something that's not on my phone and is kind of like a mindless activity, like something with my hands, you know what I mean? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's so exciting. I get the same way, but I always wind up going on my phone or like playing Candy Crush
Mm.
or honestly like word searches or like the coloring books on my iPad.
Ooh. I should get a
Yeah.
word search book or like a puzzle book. Like that sounds so fun. Ooh, might have a
You
new
know,
hobby.
there's a Garfield one that you should
I'm not into Garfield the way you
invest.
are.
Oh. Honestly, I think
Thanks though.
Garfield's so underrated. Let's talk about it. Let's unpack this.
I know you think that. I just heard something the other day talk about like I don't know if it was like a podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about certain characters being so just present in like vernacular society, etc., and they like were using Garfield as an example because he's such like a original, unique guy that's like funny and like has little quirks that you can like attribute him to all the time.
He's just a sassy kitty
Yeah, no, you love
who
that.
hates who hates Mondays and loves lasagna.
You don't give loving lasagna.
I have never tried lasagna.
You've never had lasagna?
Well, I don't like cheese.
You'd hate lasagna.
Yeah, I figured as
It's
much.
so cheesy, but it's so good.
I've actually been cutting a lot of dairy out of my life, um, which is surprising to me, actually.
Why?
Well, I'm a recent lactose intolerant victim, so I'm always strapped with lactate. I feel like this is really TMI, but I'm always strapped with lactate pills. Otherwise, you'll find me in the
Bad things
bathroom for
happen.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I love ice cream. Ice cream is probably one of my favorite foods to consume, but I haven't been eating as much.
I have ice cream almost every night. It's like a little sweet treat.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
Chocolate. But today I had Ben and Jerry's um chocolate chip cookie dough.
Ooh.
And my mom just went to the grocery store today and she bought coffee Oreo, which is a
Ooh.
close second. Like I'm telling you, I don't like cookies and cream. I don't like plain coffee. Coffee Oreo, give it to me in a vat.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that sounds so good.
It is. It's so good.
Mm. Mm. mm.
Okay. Okay, we're done. We're done with that.
Okay. Okay. Um.
Should we do our beanbag banters?
Yes.
All right, you go
Do you want me to go
first.
first? Okay.
Yeah, I want you to go first.
Okay. So my banter is that I finally am off the waiting list for the audiobook for our book club book. I don't know why that took me a while to say. Finally got the book, the audiobook. Have been listening to it in the car on my commute to work. I am very much enjoying it.
What is it about? I honestly have not even explored getting that book yet, so.
Um it's about this octopus, and it's also about this woman. I'm also like just started, so that's as much as I know. Like it's the octopus's POV, and then it's the woman's POV.
Would you hate me if I didn't read this book? This sounds so stupid.
Well, it wasn't my pick,
Whose pick was it?
Ashna's, and it's funny because people would think that it's my pick because I am the aquarium lover. I like to think of the group.
Sorry, Ashna. I'm so like not
No,
interested in reading this
but it's
book.
actually I'm enjoying it. I'm granted I'm still starting it, but I say give it a chance.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see where
Okay.
life takes me. We'll see what the cards have in store.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what the stars say.
Oh yeah, right. Your book just happened to be the first pick, and after that, you didn't show up to last month's club.
I didn't show up. Okay, to be fair, I didn't show up, but I had texted you guys throughout the emotional roller coaster I was on while reading it. So I feel like that's all you need to know.
No, I think you should give Beanbag Banter an exclusive to how you actually felt reading that book.
Okay, so last month for book club, we read Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton. And it honestly was a little bit slow for me to get into. Like, I was interested when I was listening, but I didn't find myself wanting to keep listening. I was listening to it on audiobook. But then eventually I did get to a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I need to finish. I need to know what's happening. I cried 3 times, and two of those times, I kid you not, straight up inconsolable sobbing.
I feel like I could never picture you sobbing ever.
Happens more often than you think.
Oh, okay.
No, but so I sobbed. I don't know. Is this spoilers if I say like what the parts I cried at?
No.
So okay, well,
If you haven't read
everything I
the
know about
book, skip ahead.
yeah. I cried when Farley gets engaged to Scott,
Mm-hmm.
and then I cried when Florence died.
Mm.
Like I don't know why, but those parts really, really just got to me. But overall, I really enjoyed it. I honestly liked the parts that were chronological in her life. There were some chapters that were like, this is my life right now, and then went in chronological, and then interspersed were like the bad date stories or the bad party stories or the recipes. I liked the parts that were like actually about her life in order, kind of, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what I thought about it. Really good. I think people should read it. If you're mentally unstable, don't read it.
Speaking of mentally unstable books, so for those of you who don't know, my very first pick was A Little Life, and I finally bought the book, and I just have not touched it because I'm like scared. And
yeah, because isn't it like 10,000 pages?
it's only like okay, I'm not gonna say only because 800 something is a lot. So, anyways,
to be fair, like, it's not the length of Goblin Fire though. Like, I've read that.
Yeah, more or less.
I could do it.
It would just take me a little bit, but I'm sure I could. So I saw someone today reading that book, and I like kikied with them about it, and they're like, if you are not mentally stable, like wait until you are to read the book.
Yeah, I've also heard that about that book, but I've also, it's something I've always wanted to read as well. I think it seems really good. I don't know if I'll ever do it. I think the length is just very intimidating to me. And I have a bad habit of starting books and never finishing them.
I too have that habit. So I think I'm gonna do it in like increments. Yeah.
You want to continue your being in
so
your bag?
that was my banter. My bag is that I like want to be doing so many things, but like I forget that money exists. So
it does. It sure does.
I see all these things that I want to purchase. I'm like getting excited for fall weather. I'm like, oh my god, my wardrobe needs some zhuzh, you know? So I'm like, sit there and I scroll and I see all these things, and then I look at the price tag and I get very discouraged. That's my bag. Also, another bag is that, like, I feel like I haven't enjoyed a meal in so long, if that makes sense. Like, I haven't been craving anything. So I've just been like eating a bunch of different things recently, and nothing has been satisfying that craving.
I kind of get what you mean.
Like nothing's been like tickling my pickle.
Speaking of that, I've kind of been in a similar situation. Like, like nothing kind of like sounds good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I like want a certain like vibe
like
food,
a certain taste.
Yes.
A certain like feeling when I get, like I know exactly what you mean. Yeah.
And mainly this happens with breakfast, because I feel like I really like am specific on what I'm allowed to eat for breakfast. Like, I'm not really big on eating non-breakfast foods usually, which I feel like less things that I can eat. Does that make less choices for myself? Does that make sense?
Yes.
So, and people that have known me for longer than I've known you will know that I went through a period of time where I ate oatmeal every single morning for 2 years. And it was truly the best 2 years of my life, I think. Like, because of the oatmeal I would make. And then unfortunately, it did lose its
touch.
It lost its touch. Yeah. However, my mom went to the store today and she got bananas. We had oatmeal. She got yogurt. We got peanut butter. We got honey. We got strawberries. I'm going to revisit my old oatmeal days.
Do you make your oatmeal the same way every day, or do you like change it up?
Same way every day, depending on what I have in the pantry. To be honest, I think here's where I went wrong with my oatmeal. So I stopped eating it because I didn't always have the items. Like, my strawberries would go bad, so I wouldn't be able to have strawberries until next time I went to the grocery store, and oatmeal didn't like as much without the strawberries, or like sometimes my bananas were weird, like things like that. And it occurred to me that when I sophomore year is when I was doing this oatmeal thing, which is when we were peak COVID, all classes were online. I think because I like couldn't leave and I had to like only eat my food for breakfast, my food never went bad, and I was on like a schedule for groceries that I was able to keep to because I was less busy. So I think that's where I went wrong with the oatmeal. But now
It's
I
nice
live
to
with
see
my
that you're
parents.
visiting. Yeah.
Yeah, I live with my parents. I can get my mom to buy my groceries for me on a schedule. So now we're going back to oatmeal.
Shout out to Sally's mom. I knew I was about to say your name too. I was about to say her name. I know you would have been like, Mebby, cut that out.
My mom's gonna listen to this and be like, "Oh my god, Trisha mentioned me."
I stalked her Instagram the other day.
It's cute, right?
It's very cute. It's so like her.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
you need to finish.
I'm sorry. And my bean
It's okay. It's okay.
is that I don't know if it's next week or in 2 weeks, but I have a concert coming up.
Ooh, who are you seeing?
I'm seeing Pitbull again, but he's also coming with Enrique Iglesias and Ricky Martin, and I'm I'm going with my entire family because both my parents are big Enrique and Ricky fans.
This is big for you. I feel like this is like your dream come true.
No, this is my dream come true. It's funny though because in college, people in my sorority used to associate me as like Pitbull girl, and that's only because when we were virtual and we had like our chapter meetings, I had a mini cardboard cutout of Pitbull in the background, and that was a gift that was fully gifted to me. I did not go and purchase that myself.
What'd be the shame in that?
There is no shame. No shame at
Mm.
all. I'm just saying I wasn't like into Pitbull like that, and that became my bit and I ran with it. So for one of our spirit days, I fully dressed up as Pitbull. And it's funny because I was on FaceTime with my dad, and if you know my dad, he's a bald man with glasses. So when I dressed up as Pitbull, I had like a bald cap on and aviators, and I looked very similar to my father.
I can totally see that being the case.
Yeah, yeah. So the four of us had gone to a Pitbull concert last year. I think I want to say last summer. I don't really remember. But I'm very much looking forward to this concert with my parents and my brother. It'll be a fun time.
That sounds awesome. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Also, I can't believe I just like made you finish your beanbag banter as if I wasn't the one that like completely derailed them both times.
No, it's okay. Don't even fret.
Oh, I wasn't.
Oh. Do you think I should get don't fret on my knuckles? Like I low key have been thinking about it, but like that's like also ridiculous. Like that's actually ridiculous. I know.
Why don't you get like ink box? So then it's not like get the ink box that's like you do it yourself.
That's the problem that I have to do it myself and I don't trust myself.
Okay, you have a brother and parents and friends. Get someone else to do it for you.
Considering it. Like faded letters almost. Like it's the perfect amount of letters too.
You have people that love you enough that would help you in this endeavor.
They love me so much that they don't want me to get knuckle tattoos.
I think knuckle tattoos would be cool.
I think so too, but I do think I would get sick of them after a while, but YOLO.
Yeah, I feel like especially if I feel like if I had rings and I felt like my knuckles clashed with my rings. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't really wear rings that are too thick that you won't be able to
You won't be able to see it. Mm.
And plus, their finger tattoos, regardless of where they are on the finger, will fade.
Yeah.
So,
What if you got it like on the inside of your lips? So it was like
no, I want swag
Don't
there.
fret.
Oh, like don't fret, like up or
But
lower.
I guess then you'd never be able to have it at the same time because it's just impossible.
Well, you could like do one of these. For our audio listeners, switch over to YouTube to see what we're talking about.
To see why her voice sounds like that.
So yeah, what are your beanbag and banters?
All right. So my banter is this past weekend. I was, well, like half the week and the weekend. I was there for like 5 days. I went out to visit my roommate from college in her new apartment. Roommate Gracie. She told me this weekend, she was like, I want to be more of a character on the podcast. So we're dubbing her roommate Gracie now. So I visited her and we saw Renee Rapp in concert, and
Woo!
she was fantastic. Like, I knew she would be, but I was still blown away. Um she Renee, if you're listening, remind us that you were on Broadway. Do those riffs, hit those high notes. Even she did it, but do it more. Do it every song.
Did I tell you I met her?
Yes. I did know that, I think.
I didn't know who she was at the time.
Was this when she was on Broadway?
No, this was like a year ago.
And you didn't know who she was?
No.
Sus. Anyways, I will say the one thing that I was, on my hands and knees praying, begging to happen was that she would sing.
You would be on your hands and knees. You would be.
I don't know what that was about, but I was praying that she would sing World Burned from the Mean Girls musical, because we do know we're about to get that in January. But that song is just so fantastic, and to hear her sing that in her voice live would have been like just the most amazing thing that I could have imagined.
You had sent us a picture of her, and in the background, it looked like fire and burning.
Yeah, because I think I posted on one of my Instagram accounts like that picture. She sings a song where like the backdrop is like a burning house, and I think
so you would think it's the song that you wanted.
I posted it, and the caption I used was all of this, and she wasn't even singing World Burn. But overall, the concert was fantastic, and it was like a standing room only concert, and we were pretty far towards the back. But I never felt like, sometimes you can be like pushed around in situations like that, or it's like too much. Like, it was honestly a really good vibe, so I was pleased with that. And the opener was Alexander 23, like TikTok guy, and like no one knew any of his songs except for the last one, but he did sing "Steal My Girl" by One Direction cover, and that really got the crowd moving. Let me tell you, that was awesome.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was, and that was only the first night I was there. Okay. The next day, I went and visited my family because they live in the same city my roommate just moved to. And I got to see my aunt, and I got to see my grandpa, and I saw my uncle, and my other aunt, and my cousin. And now my cousin, he was being really funny. Okay, do you want to hear this conversation we had?
I would love to hear this conversation.
So, to preface, my cousin is 13 years old, okay? So, we got to his house, and he said to me, so you're looking for a job? And I said, yes, I am. And he asked me, like, what do you want to be doing? And I told him, and then he says, okay, like, I really think you should start out entry level. And I said, thank you so much. I think that too. Like, I'm glad we're on the same page about this. And then he asked me, so what do you do all day? And I said, oh, like, I get to sleep in every day, and then I go to the gym. And then he said to me, well, I hope you're spending time looking for jobs.
Yo, he's coming for you.
And I said, yeah, like, I spend, a couple hours every day looking for a job. And then he asked me, have you ever had an interview? And I said, yeah, like, I've had a few. And then he asked me, have you ever gotten rejected after having an interview?
Yo, he hates you. Your cousin hates you.
And I said, yeah, I have, unfortunately. And then I had to give him a hard truth, and I explained to him, a lot of jobs do have, 3 or 4 rounds of interviews sometimes. So, and he said, "Wow, that's a lot." And I think I scared him a little bit.
Yeah, you should put him in his place. I feel like I'd cry.
No, he was being really funny. He wasn't being mean. He was being really funny. And I knew he was cuz his mom, my aunt, has been really supportive in my whole like job searching process.
Oh, that's
So,
good.
yeah. He meant well, but I thought it was a very like I was very amused by the whole conversation. So anyways, that was day 2. And then on day 3, me and roommate Gracie went to the town where we went to college, and we went to a football game, and it was so much fun. To be fair, I did not actually go to the game. But we got to see like all of our friends again, and like our other friend who doesn't live in town anymore came too. So like the whole friend group was together, and we went out both nights, and it was just really fun to be back with them. Like no time's passed.
That's lovely. I'm sorry. I didn't. I was just waiting for you to keep going.
No, it's fine. I guess I didn't need your. It's fine. I don't know why I was like waiting for your.
That sounds like a very fun time. I'm very happy for you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it was good. So, yeah, so this past weekend, that was my banter because I had a really, really great time. And I'm already like thinking like when can I get back? When can I get back?
Do you ever think about when you get to see us?
Okay. That's different because it's like easier to see some of you, you know what I mean? But at the same time I don't see you that often. I said some of you, Mebby. Saw that face you made. You know what I mean? Like you live a lot closer than I live to my friends from college.
Yeah. And yet I haven't seen you in so long.
Well, maybe I'll see you next month, right?
Yes. Oh my god, hometown day.
Yes. It's not going to be. I hope you're ready to just relax because there's nothing to do here. But
no, I'm gonna bring my podcast stuff and we're gonna do a live episode together.
Wait, that's actually so good. We really should do that.
Unfortunately,
we'll have guests.
Oh, we will have guests, but we need mics. Oh, I'm sure our manager Lily can bring one.
Yeah, she definitely has one.
She definitely has one. Unfortunately, I will not be bringing my beanbag, but it'll be fine.
I actually found a second beanbag in my house, so
wait, that's everything.
We're totally fine.
That's so cute. I'm so excited. Oh my god. New bean alert. Hashtag new bean alert. Hashtag new beans.
Okay, back to our regularly scheduled programming. Yeah. So my bag is that this is like a stupid bag, I feel like, but it was kind of like bumming me out the other day. That it's getting colder out, and I don't even dislike the cold. I was just like I really was enjoying the in-between weather where it was like mid 60s every day with like a breeze. Like that was really, really nice. So now that it's like steadily 50s, I'm kind of like bummed, but it'll be fine. I love the snow and winter and the holidays, so
yeah, do you think we'll actually get snow this year?
Yes.
I feel like we barely got snow last season.
Well, you live south.
What?
You live south.
Okay, but not south, just a little bit more southern than you. Southern. I live lower than you. But like
southern,
I don't live.
Southern was the correct word to use there.
Okay, but I don't live in the south.
No, you don't live in the south, but you live south.
Girl,
of me.
It's still freezing. It's still freezing in Jersey.
It gets cold, but not the cold it does for me. Like, don't even.
Pipe down.
Anyways, my
or
bean. My bean is that I am going to Texas this weekend.
Wait,
Yes?
aren't you supposed to go for the race?
Yeah, that's this weekend.
Oh my god, I thought it was this past weekend. Wait.
Why would I have gone to not Texas
No,
for
I
that?
didn't think that through. Sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to the Formula One race in Texas this weekend. And it's really fun because I get to see a bunch of family there as well. Um, it's just good fun. We spend all day at the racetrack. Maybe we'll see the Killers or Adam Lambert and Queen perform. Yeah,
Oh wow, I feel like that'd be so iconic to see Queen.
I know. But it's only like two guys plus Adam Lambert, I think.
Oh.
But I'm really
And you
excited.
also get to see the Ferrari team.
I'll get to see Pierre Gasly.
Oh my god. My friend just saw him.
Oh my god, we can't even. No, like we literally can't even talk about that.
No, that was crazy. That was actually crazy.
I know. Oh, and it's Daniel Ricciardo's first race back after he broke his hand, and he loves the Austin Grand Prix a lot, so it should be a good one. Um, I'll probably see Max Verstappen win again, but second and third, who knows who that could be?
Fingers
And it's a
crossed
sprint
for
race,
Charles and Carlos.
which is awesome, and we'll get to see F1 Academy race. For people not up on the motorsport world, F1 Academy is basically the new W series, which is all female drivers, and they're each one is like, or at least starting next season, each one will be like specifically sponsored by a Formula One team. So it's like trying to help women get further into the motorsport world. So I'm really excited to see that. I kind of wish that the F2 and the F3 went later into the year because I would have loved to see some of those races, but the beggars can't be choosers.
No, I'm so jealous. Please get a video.
You could go. They released the ticket prices for next year, and they're like way cheaper than they were this year. You could go.
I was talking to my dad about going to the one in Miami next year.
He would.
No, because we looked at the prices, and at that point, he was like, "Why would we not just go to Monaco?"
Okay.
I was like, "How does one? How does that? How do the two correlate?"
You said Sally's coming too, right?
No, I didn't say that.
Right. But you will. But you're getting there. You're buttering him up.
Beanbag banter takes on Monty.
And the thing is, when we go,
everything.
The thing is, when we go to the race in Monaco, we're obviously been personally invited by a Formula One team. So we're having a sit-down chit-chat with Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon, and we are diving into their beef. They are setting the record straight live on Beanbag Banter.
Beanbag Banter is really getting all the exclusives, huh?
Who better?
No, literally, who better? We clearly know everything about everything, and we're always right.
And we have such good opinions, too. Like, our opinions are always right.
Our opinions are just facts.
Facts on God.
On what?
Speaking of on God, did you see Tana Mojo's podcast is now doing, like, live shows?
I did not see that.
Yeah, I've only ever listened to one episode of it, but I'm happy for her.
I'm glad that she's like calmed down a little bit. I was always a Tana stan.
Me too. Have we ever talked about this?
We haven't. Wait, that's everything.
I've been watching Tana since she was doing story times in Las Vegas.
Stop it.
I watched her through Tana Turns 21 or whatever the MTV one was with when she married Jake Paul. Can we talk about her marrying Jake Paul?
No, because, like, what was that? Tana Bay, like, what were you thinking?
I mean, it was obviously
stunted. Smart. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah, like, PR said we have a job to do.
Tana, when you hear this, we would love to have you on the podcast. We'd love to have you perform Hefner. One
of her song, Without You, I listen to unironically all the time. It's so good.
What's your guilty pleasure song? While you're thinking, I'll talk about mine.
Okay.
Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Oh, that's not even
Natasha.
a guilty pleasure.
No,
That's
but
a
like
good
it is.
song.
No, there's so much hatred towards that song.
I don't think that's true.
It's true in my household. I also think there's a hatred around it because of how many times I play it.
That could be
But
the case.
that or like Gangnam Style. I feel like we really need to bring that back.
Gangnam Style, I believe, would be your guilty
Yeah.
pleasure.
Or I actually just posted this on my close friends. One of the housewives from Real Housewives of New Jersey came out with a song on
I saw
display.
that on your story.
No, it's so iconic. I was blasting it at work the other day. It was so bad. It's so good. So good.
I have a couple guilty pleasure song musical for this segment. So I actually was thinking about this a little while ago. Like Machine Gun Kelly really is my guilty pleasure because
Really?
I love his music and I love him and I know that he's got like so much wrong with him, but I just I can't turn my back.
I know he's insane.
Like
I
truly like I would go to Cleveland just to go to the 27 Club.
Oh my god.
I like he's so good. He's so good. Have you ever heard 27? Have you ever heard Breakup? Have you ever heard 413?
No.
Have you ever heard Hotel Diablo? Have you ever heard Concert for Aliens? Have you ever heard Dead Walker? I think that's what it's called. Daywalker? Wait, now I can't remember the name of the song. He did a song with Corpse Husband a few years ago. Like, truly so good. And I saw it live. I saw it live.
Pleasure. Oh, you would.
I went and saw Machine Gun Kelly in October of 2021. And he was amazing. Amazing. Oh my god. Like, see, like, literally guilty pleasure. I love him and I love his music. But anyway, so that's one. But the other one just like occurred to me is, and now I don't have all the information on this because it's the first time I've thought about this in a long time. But the British YouTubers, the guys, okay, we got, Marcus Butler, Joe Sugg, Casper Lee, Alfie Days, right? That group. Back in, this had to be 2015, 2016 that this moment I'm thinking of happened. But Joe Sugg did a video, I think. I don't know what it was titled. I don't know anything else that happened in the video, but basically he made a song in like 1 hour or something. That song, phenomenal. How was it not awarded a Grammy? It is in my music library. It is so good. Should we find? I want to find what the name of the song is because I don't remember it. Hold tight.
I think it's really important to separate the artist from their art.
Oh, it's from 2018 and it's called "You Want My Sister" single by the 1 Hour Band. And if you can't tell, this is a picture of Joe Sugg. This is not as good as I remember. Like, come on. Oh my god, this has just unlocked another memory for me. So I went down a rabbit hole. This probably was 2018. Could have been 2017. Of Zoella edits. I don't know where I saw these. Perhaps YouTube. Because this was pre-TikTok and Reels. And there was one song used in one of these that I thought was so amazing, and I couldn't find it on streaming, so I did buy the song for $1.29 on the iTunes library.
This just goes to show that Sally will go to great lengths to find a song. Throwback to when we talked about For Dog and how you found that.
No, yeah. Like, if I think the song's good, I'll search high and low. The
You
worst part is,
best
though,
believe it'll be in her music library.
I can't remember what this song I'm thinking of was called. This is gonna bother me. It was by a band. Oh, is this it? No. Sorry, I know me looking through my library isn't good content, but Slaughter Beach Dog? What the hell is that? I got some weird things in here.
Do you have your playlist public?
Yes. Oh, you're so smart. I should look in there. Yeah.
That's not what I was referring to. I just wanted to say I wanted to see your playlists.
Yeah, I think all my on Apple Music. I'm not a Spotify user, but I think all my playlists are public. They should be.
I'm gonna go take a peek.
It would have been in the summer. No,
we also just report back next week with the song title.
Seems too early for this.
We'll just post it on our Instagram. Stay tuned. Follow Beanbag Banter Pod on Instagram to see what the song that Sally's referring to.
No, like, I'm so sorry. It will bother me so bad if I can't figure this out in this moment immediately.
You heard it here first, folks. Actually, none of you guys can hear Mebby because you can't hear her. But she is going to be our first guest. Ah! Insert cheer sound here.
I'm actually where's 20? Oh, there's 2020.
I've been really getting into some Sudoku recently.
I'm not gonna be able to find it. Like, I'm so sorry to get everyone's hopes
I was
up.
always
I'm not gonna be able to find it.
And I stopped for some time, but I'm slowly getting back into it. And if you know me or have listened to this podcast before, I've said that math is my Roman Empire. So I love me some numbers. So Sudoku, right up my alley.
Do you want to hear what my most played song of the year so far is?
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I didn't listen to anything you said. Like, now I'm like looking at my music library. Like, I have such good taste.
Okay.
So far, number 1 is October Passed Me by Girl in Red. What do you think your number 1 is so far, Trisha?
Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield.
Yeah, that fits. What has that been at number 1 for the last 4 years?
Actually, pipe down. Maybe you're muted, so no one can hear you, bae. You're just giggling to yourself.
Ew.
Mebby's number 1 played song is Paul Revere.
Ew.
Wait, I'm tweeting that. Ew. If you're not following me already on Twitter, follow me, Brownish, with the 1 instead of an I.
Mebby, that is so funny. You, especially because, like, that's literally you. Like, you are Paul Revere.
Wait. Speaking of Paul Revere and Mebby, great news.
This is why she's Paul Revere, Trisha. I already told them.
Wait, I need a tweet. Guy, is it okay if I say it? Okay. Guys, such exciting news. Mebby is officially moving to Boston. Insert cheer sound effect here.
And she is going to ride across that river on a horse with a lantern, just like Paul Revere did.
Oh my God. She's going to make Paul Revere her bitch.
She's not going to say the redcoats are coming. She's going to say the redheads are coming.
And we have our title, folks. The redheads are coming. Oh my God.
Can we talk about how awful Noah Kahan is, though?
I don't really know him like that to have an opinion, but please share yours. Yes.
I know him.
You know him personally, I know.
I know him personally, and he stinks.
He doesn't shower?
No. And he told me that.
You heard it here first. Noah is dirty. He's stanky.
While I was away this weekend, a song of his started playing in my like favorite bar from college, and I was like, this man is infiltrating every corner, every crevice of my life. That's why I don't like him. Like he needs to leave me alone.
You just don't like him because he's overplayed?
No, no, I mean because he literally is weaving himself into every crevice of my life.
Like
First,
how?
he sings about New England. Next,
Okay.
all my friends like him. Next, he releases a
Okay.
song with Zach Bryan. Next, he releases a song with Casey Musgraves. Like all these things that I had first.
Oh, so he's like, he wants to be you. He's coming for your
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah. He is.
Oh.
Noah, if you'd like to respond to this, you know where to find me. My sister saw him in concert the other day.
Wow, she really did you dirty like that.
I know.
I cannot believe he's
Speaking
coming for your
of,
brand.
Trisha, I don't know if you ended up listening to Ed Sheeran's new album, but I certainly did.
Oh my god. Yes. Let's full circle moment. Tell us about the album.
So I didn't listen to every song, but this one song, it's called American Town. It is so good. It sounds like Plus meets Multiply. Like right in the middle of those two albums of his. It is
You
so
mean
good.
fork meets spoon?
Yes. Oh, speaking of that little bit you did on that episode, my mom was listening to it the other day and she goes, I am cracking up at Trisha naming the kitchen utensils.
Wait, she's everything. You guys heard it here first. Sally's mom is our second ever guest on the podcast. Oh my gosh. Oh, and Mebby's boyfriend John listened to last episode. John, if you're listening to this one, what was your favorite song off of Ed's new album? Leave a comment down below. You heard it here first. John is Beanbag Banter's third ever guest.
So I don't know if you've seen on the Spotify thing for like when we upload our episodes, but there's an option to set like a specific Q&A question for the episode. And it defaults to like what did you think about this episode? But maybe for this episode we'll say what was your favorite song on Ed Sheeran's new album?
And if you didn't listen to it like me, you can just say that you didn't listen to it. You can just be honest. Speak your truth.
You know what else I didn't do? I have not caught up on Kardashians.
Okay, don't even fret because I didn't watch last Thursday's either.
Okay, perfect. That means we'll have 2 episodes to discuss next week.
Amazing.
Actually, that's a lie. I like genuinely won't be able to watch next week's either. So maybe some other time we'll be getting caught up.
Well, I'm sure we'll circle back to that. Any final remarks? Don't ever be afraid to have new beans.
Okay. Bye. Trisha, say bye. We're done now.
Bye. 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 Mebby, stop recording. Bye. Bye.